Hi, my name is Kevon Owen. This is Jack Smith, and we see a lot of kids as clients, as patients. We see a lot of teenagers and a lot of adults because that's all three stages of life, and that's about all we could see. But oftentimes, a biblical principle of honor your mother and father comes up in counseling. And if you're a little kid, that plays out one way. If you're a teenager, it plays out in another way. And for an adult, honoring your mother and father doesn't go away. It's still there, but how you do it changes. Jack, as an adult, how do we honor our mother and father?
Well, you definitely don't have to do everything they say anymore. Ha ha!
Wait, you're a grown-up.
No, roles change. In every life stage, the roles change. And we've talked in parenting videos about you don't need to be your kid's friend, you need to be their parent. But once they become adults, that's where you can start building a friendship with them. The way I would honor my mother and father is to make sure that I could assist or facilitate them in continuing on with God's purpose in their life. A lot of times people might get older and feel like their purpose is done and they're just living out the remainder of their days. And I think that as long as God has you still on this earth, you have a purpose. And I think that's for me, honoring my father and mother would be making sure that as they helped me find my purpose, I can help them find their purpose in life too.
Yeah, I have a little guy, like a 4-year-old, and what I discovered is early on in life, they really like you, like all the time. I'm a youth minister, and I see teenagers as they start to break away from their parents. These parents spent years holding their child's hand, and now their child's starting to go off, and the parent wants to hold the child's hand, and the child's like, "Get off me, you weirdo!" And there is an adjustment period for both. As you honor your mother and father, it doesn't mean you have to agree with everything. It doesn't mean you have to like everything that they like. Political views, religious views, life is becoming yours. Now, how you handle that and how they handle the fact that you're becoming a person yourself will kind of dictate a lot of the terms.
Yeah, and almost like every other principle in the Bible, God's looking at your heart, which means He's looking at your intentions, your motives. And I've had a lot of people talk to me about, well, how can I honor my dad? He was abusive. Or how can I honor my mother? She ran out on me when I was a little kid. And these are real issues. I mean, especially with Christians. Never really had a great relationship with either of my parents. So, I mean, I'm dealing with that same thing myself. And the way I look at it is, I think God is looking at my heart to see, do I still hold bitterness? Do I still hold anger and rage and this stuff inside of me for them like I might have as a kid? And I think God's looking to see what I'm doing to build that relationship now. And if your father was abusive, that doesn't mean you got to, let him babysit your kids if you don't feel comfortable with that. This isn't about that. It's about where are you at with them in your heart and the way you're living for God as far as loving others. Are you trying to repair and mend that relationship? Or are you just letting it go and saying, I don't care? I think that's a big thing.
Learning to honor your parents, especially whenever it's ordered by them, they're reminded, hey, the Bible says, that can be a rough process. And so sometimes we have to retrain this. What does it mean? Well, we can start by working to forgive our mother and father. What does it mean? Sometimes it means spending time with them. What does it mean? Sometimes it means censoring ourselves. And I know that we're supposed to say everything we feel and feel all our feels and all that stuff. No, we're not. We're really not.
No, that's a bad idea.
Whatever honoring is supposed to look like in your life, in your situation, pursue how you do that and do so out of an overflow of because God doesn't want me to live a life of frustration and resentment and hurt. How do I lay this down? Like them or don't like them, your parents are a huge fundamental relationship in your life, and they are having an effect on it.